Ghosteater and Friends.
We got our very good friend, Moonshie Sax, not Moonshine Sax, right? We've just clarified that.
Not as of right now, not moonshine.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry, we just got to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
So you are an Editor B's actual roommate. You hang out sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And make some music in our studio. Your studio features behind us a lot on this podcast.
I do. Yeah. I spend a lot of time right here.
Yeah, it's a good space, honestly. I love it. I think it's really homey, really Minnesotan, sounds like,
Absolutely.
My opinion.
It reminds me of being at my cabin, which is really cool. Just to be able to make music in a space like this.
Yeah.
Really, really dope.
Good for your creative juices, huh?
Yep. Absolutely.
Now, let's, I want to get right into it. Now, you know B from just like the Psytrance world, is that correct? Or how did you meet B and get into their life?
So I know B from actually Panera Bread.
Oh, really? Nice. I forgot about Panera Bread.
Yep. B and I worked at Panera Bread. I got kicked out of college, and I applied to Panera Bread in St. Louis Park. And B was one of the first friends I made at Panera Bread.
Aw. Good friend to make, huh?
Yeah. No, it was, and it's been quite literally a great friendship.
Yeah. So you moved in almost 2 years ago or almost a year ago? I'm losing track of time.
I think it was like maybe a little less than a year ago.
A year in September.
A year in September.
Oh, a year in September. Okay, I said a year. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome though. It's a good arrangement, I think.
Yeah.
And so you primarily write Psytrance, or what would you say your musical vibe is?
I'd say that I kind of write like a hip-hoppy, trip-hoppy, jazzy style type bass music.
Okay. A lot of elements there. I like it.
Very experimental.
Okay.
Yep.
You got a little saxophone in there too, right? I don't think I've ever seen a digital saxophone before. Is that what you call that?
Yeah, that one is called the Roland Aerophone, and that is one. There's a couple different kinds. I think there's one made by Yamaha, and that's called the Iwi, the electronic wood instrument.
Oh, okay.
Or electronic woodwind instrument.
Is that
saxophones are woodwinds.
I was gonna say, is that can do other woodwinds too? It doesn't have to be a saxophone?
So electronic saxophones have different preset sounds built into the saxophones.
Oh, okay.
So my Roland Aerophone has the alto saxophone, the soprano, the baritone, the tenor. It has a saxophone section. It has a brass section. It has trumpets, oboes, tubas, and then it has synthesizers, sine waves. It goes kind of all over the place.
Wow.
But
that's a lot.
That's all built in and made by Roland.
Okay.
And
So
it's super dope.
when you record on that, then do you record the sounds from the actual machine then? Is it kind of like a synth almost?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. I didn't know that. I thought it was almost like a MIDI controller that had,
It can be used as one.
Yeah. I thought that's cool. I didn't know there were sounds in it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Did you were you trained on saxophone and stuff when you were in school?
Yeah. I've been playing saxophone for I think 25 years.
Wow.
About that.
that's a long time.
Yeah. It's really one of my favorite things to do ever.
Yeah. Ooh, it's honestly, I love the sound of a saxophone. It's a definite vibe. Who's that famous saxophone guy who has that sexy song?
George Michael.
Oh yeah, yes, exactly. Oh yeah, man. That's hot shit right there.
We love George Michael.
Yes, exactly.
We don't hate George Michael.
No, not in this house.
Not up in here. House rules.
Yeah, exactly. It's the law.
And I
right?
wrote them.
Yeah, okay. Same with Spoops. Spoops and
Yeah, and Spoops. You can't forget about Spoop.
So how long have you been like writing music then? That you were, I'm guessing, like in like elementary school or whatever. For 25 years, you're not that old.
Lyrics and saxophone parts and just saxophone stuff. I've been kind of making my own stuff up forever, but I haven't. I've been producing music for about 5 or 6 years.
For sure. That's about what I've been producing music that I like. Like I've been fucking around with Ableton since like 2008, and then before that
Nice.
it was Reason. But all that music was like, weird and not very good. And then like about 5, 6 years ago, 2018, 2019, that's when I finally kind of figured it out, and I wrote some songs. I was like, wow, this is like real dubstep sounding, I figured it out.
Right.
And how
That's
you
cool.
just recently did you recently release an EP or you're going to?
I recently released a new song called Agua.
Nice.
That was a single.
Oh, it was a single. Okay, I know. I remember. Wasn't there something in August? Released or
So I am planning another release for another single in the late fall.
okay?
But
Maybe that's what I saw because I did look you up a little bit.
maybe I honestly I think Agua is the most recent thing that I've released, and that we might have some promo going on about. It's called Bump in the Road.
Yeah, Bump in the Road. That's a new song.
Yep, that's the new song. That's gonna be probably late fall.
Okay, I'm stoked to hear it. And now is that like you said? Oh, by the way, my face decided to stop reacting, so we're just gonna ignore it.
Oh, cool.
It's been
Don't worry. That's
that was that. If you heard that ding, that's what that was. My little audio interface.
yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, it decided to stop working.
Okay.
So
It lets you know with a ding.
yeah,
That's nice.
well, because Matrix was running, and Matrix was like, "This thing failed," and I was like, "Oh no! See how it's just green now? It's just stuck." Yeah. Whatever. Bucket. We ball.
No, it's cool. I like it, dude.
Yeah, well,
Really dope.
I appreciate you understanding and being flexible. I do want to say thanks too for kind of being a last minute guest. We kind of our other one got sick. Our boy Blake, he got sick, and we're like, don't if you're sick, go home.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, who do we got? He was like, well, Matt could probably do it. I was like, oh fuck yeah, Matt could fucking do it.
I'll
So,
do it.
thank you. I really, we really do appreciate it.
I love this kind of stuff.
It's fun, right? I mean, it's a vibe.
It is.
You've been saying you wanted to do it, and we've been saying we were gonna. It took a little bit,
Yeah.
But we do appreciate it. Now, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I kind of wanted to, focus a little bit on your music and stuff. That seems to kind of be what you're about, and so I wanted to kind of talk about your journey. Like we talked a little bit about you trained in saxophone and stuff, and kind of took that further, started writing lyrics and stuff. What kind of led you to like EDM and like bass music? Like what kind of led you there?
I would have to say I was actually just talking to B about this in our living room last night, and it's just so crazy to think back about this friendship with B, because B took me to my first dubstep show at Skyway. I believe it was the Loft.
Oh, nice.
And B booked me at my first festival. Booked me at my first rave type show, and
Kind of got the bug, huh? You got the rave bug.
dude, I loved it.
It's a great community,
It
honestly.
changed my life.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, here you are. You're booking. You got a festival coming up, right? You got Sacred Earth coming up.
Sacred Earth.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you, man. That is gonna be sick. I love that festival. I haven't been since I moved to Missouri. I think it's in Missouri, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't. It's a little too far for me. It's like 8-9 hour drive. Sorry, too much for me for free or to pay money to do it. But I'm so excited for you. That should be so fucking fun. Are you stoked or what?
I'm absolutely like stoked. I mean, that's a great way to put it, but I'm like still just kind of flabbergasted, kind of just blown away that I, got the book. I mean, I guess I'm not because I'm roommates with B, but I mean, I'm just like very, very excited and ready to throw down, I guess. Yeah.
How many, like you said, you've been booked a couple times by B and stuff. Is that like is your journey just starting to fire up? It sounds like. I mean, that's awesome. Like, yeah, you're like, yeah, they barely believe it over there, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a little taken back with the voice.
Yeah. It's a little weird sometimes.
Do you mind if I take this off?
Oh, no. No, you're fine.
Your volume down so that you can't hear your voices.
Yeah. I think it's my voice that...
Yeah, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. It's just so hot, dude. Yeah.
It's not every day that people sit down and discuss their life with an alien creature. I get it. It's okay. Don't worry.
No.
You can take it off.
I like having one in and one out.
Yeah, I do like having
balance.
at least one ear in just to help you monitor yourself too.
Yeah. No.
We had a friend that can't listen to our podcasts because of my voice.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I don't blame you. It is a little. It's an acquired taste. It's like coffee or beer.
I think it's cool. I think it's really dope. I think the whole concept is super cool.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get you on some Ghosteater stuff. We've been,
cool.
I've been we were just talking about it. I've been a little spread thin recently, so we haven't been focusing too much on it. But we're coming back. We're coming back.
I'm always ready.
Yeah.
I'm literally always ready. My favorite thing is to collaborate with artists. My favorite thing is to have producers just send me a wave and I'll throw a saxophone on it and send it back to you. I'll send you all the stems.
That's awesome. Yeah, I need to get that.
Yeah.
I've been focusing a little bit too much on the other stuff right now. There's been a lot of administrative stuff.
Yeah.
That I've been distracted at. And my DAW computer has been giving me a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And I was going to reformat it, and then I sat down to reformat it, and I'm like, this is going to take me hours. It's not even that crippled. It's just kind of annoying, and Ableton's been a little unstable lately.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that. What, you got the update?
Yeah, I'm on 11.3.4 now. 11.3.3, fucking A. That
wasn't it.
Fucked me, man.
Yeah.
It fucked me.
I'll be sure not to do that.
Yeah, well now you can skip it.
I can?
No, well now 11.3.4 is a little better. It's been a lot more stable.
Nice.
I don't know what exactly it was something with the reading the wave files. They did some update.
Yeah.
And then it would open the project and it would read the wave file and then crash if you did anything.
Oh, that's super frustrating.
Oh, especially for podcast editing, man.
Yeah, I can't even.
Just 2 giant hour-long waves that has to read, or else it won't let me touch it.
Just on this time crunch and nothing's going on.
It's driving me fucking crazy.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
But I have kind of refocused. Mm-hmm. I'm almost done with all the other shit. And now I'm going to sit down, write my new EP.
Nice.
And I'll send you some shit.
I love your music. I really do. It's great.
I really appreciate that, honestly. Like, it means a lot to me. It took a lot
Absolutely.
to get to that level, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it takes a lot.
I feel like I'm not even. I admire the kind of work that you do.
Oh, thank you.
I want to learn a lot more about sound design. I just love producing. I love making music, and I think I am gonna try and dive into sound design a little bit more.
I would recommend Serum. Honestly,
Nice.
One thing I would recommend for sound design is try to keep the sounds itself simple in the synth. Like, save the processing more for like other effects. Start with a simple sound. And then break away, use different effects, because there's so many really cool effects that you can use.
Yeah, and then you can warp it and all that kind of
stuff.
Yep, I love it.
Resampling is your friend.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that resampling feature, honestly.
Yeah.
It's Ableton's definitely come a long way. I remember in version 8, you couldn't have 2 screens in version 8. I think they came that with 9. I think 9 you could have 2 screens.
Yeah.
And that was revolutionary. And then 10 it was I think 10 is when they had groups within groups, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was so good. So fucking awesome.
I love 11. Sweet. I love it.
Yeah, oh god, 11. 11's been great. I honestly can't think of I think tracking was pretty cool. But I still don't really understand it. I don't record a lot of vocals.
Yeah.
So I don't really track a lot. You know what I mean? So I don't really get a lot of practice. But it's cool that I have the ability. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, dude. And when you want to dive into it, opportunity is always there. That's the cool thing about it. It's just
Can you talk a little more to the mic?
That's the cool thing about it. It's like this wormhole of just like endless stuff you can dive into. And it's always going to be there.
Yeah. Oh, man. Have you ever watched, Mr. Bill?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I've learned so much from Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill is sweet.
I used to be an Abletoneer for a little bit.
That's pretty dope.
I got his website. You can, join it.
Yeah.
And I got his, samples and stuff. It was cool.
That is tight.
It was fun. I'm not anymore, but I would definitely recommend that, especially if you're looking into sound design more.
Yeah.
That would be a good place to start. Because he'll go through, operator, and he'll, go through in detail. And, I use drums, I used to just use MIDI a lot for drums. But then, I started using audio more, watching Mr. Bill. He would just resample his drum, and then make it out of audio.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to process, I think. A little bit easier to EQ.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Right now I'm doing a thing called The Approach by, do you know Seth Drake?
I've heard of that name. I'm blanking right now. It's been a long day.
I think it's a mixing, it's more so a mixing and mastering course.
Yeah.
And I'm, getting through that, at that pace. But I think sound design is more the realm that I really would like to focus on. So I'll just start looking at those Mr. Bill videos more often. I know they're on YouTube too.
Yeah, right? A lot of them are on YouTube. Yeah. He has a lot of product or content for free.
Yeah.
Same with Andrew Wang, I think. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Sick studio.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Spaceship studio.
Yeah. That's so it's all white.
Beautiful.
Maybe someday. I don't know. I don't know if I would like to work in an all-white room.
Honestly,
like that.
I'm more of a fan of this cabin vibe right here.
Yeah, you're gonna recreate this, huh?
Yep. If I make enough money to build my own studio, I would do a cabin vibe.
It is kind of friendly. I do like it. My dream, for some reason, my studios keep ending up in basements.
Yeah.
And for 6 years, my studio just keeps being in basements. It was in a basement, then I moved, and then my whole life was in a basement for a while.
Yep.
Then I moved again, and my living room was my studio, but then I, bought the building, and then I could use the downstairs, illegal apartment.
Do you want it?
can't use it as an apartment, so I put a studio there, but I'm back in the fucking basement.
Yeah.
It's like, so if I build my dream studio, it's gonna be like on the second floor and just all windows,
Cool.
so I can see nature.
Yeah.
In the woods.
No, that's amazing.
That's my plan.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, it's totally doable, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like, I can't wait to see that work for you. You know, like, I bet it's gonna happen.
Well, hey man, we'll make more music together.
Absolutely, dude.
And maybe we'll make it in the outdoor themed green studio that I'll build or whatever.
Let's do it. Let's create some content and maybe get like a little stream of us going live. You could just throw down, and I could throw down some saxophone over your stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool.
You know, Grizz style.
Yeah.
But I mean, with a twist, like a Moonshie twist. You know?
Yeah.
So it's not quite Grizz, it's Moonshie.
Some Moonshie flavor.
Yeah, which is just weird, you know. It's just not.
So we're gonna throw a little weird on it.
Yeah.
Hey man, I like it. Let's get weird.
It feels fun though. It feels fun when I play it. So.
Well, I mean, weird and unusual is kind of my vibe. It's kind of the whole Ghosteater vibe.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, really. Just a strange shit over here.
All about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate it. I do appreciate the support. You know,
100%.
we really do appreciate everyone who comes on and everyone who hangs out with us and spends an hour chit-chatting about nonsense.
There's so much to chit-chat about.
Yeah, well, let's chit-chat a little bit more about you and your backstory.
Yeah.
Now, are you from Minnesota?
Yep.
Born and raised?
Yes.
Me too. I did, like, leave for, like, a year and a half, but I came back, and then I never left again.
Nice, yeah. I'm from, I'm from St. Louis Park.
Oh, okay.
I grew up there and bounced around from pretty much everywhere in Minnesota, except for maybe Rochester.
Oh, really?
Like
That's where my human
Mankato.
brothers went.
Yeah.
They work at the news down there.
Yeah. I heard it's a cool area.
It's a lot of doctors, I hear.
Young Gravy.
Because of the clinic. Oh, yeah. Young
Who's
Gravy's
that?
from there? Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't he? Yeah, who's that guy? Young Gravy?
Young Gravy, he's a rapper, right? He's a rapper. Is he a rapper? Yeah, he's a rapper. B says he's a rapper.
He's from Rochester, I believe, right?
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah.
There's
Definitely
someone
from
Rochester.
Minnesota, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Either way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool though. I love Minnesota, honestly.
Yeah,
There's just something in the air here, you know. People are always pretty nice, I found at least.
Yeah. No, it's a great community of like, especially if like if you're an artist of any sort, you know, there's really a huge community out there for just about anyone.
Yeah.
And I love that about this whole area, you know.
Twin Cities is good for that. We got all kinds of crazy cultures over here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, hey, I dig it. So, now, do you, like, obviously you probably hope to tour and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of musicians, you know, they, like, have the goal to, like, make it out to California and shit.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's completely necessary anymore, though. But, like, is that something you would want to do? Would you want to live in LA?
No. I mean, I would maybe want to tour out to the West Coast and the East Coast, maybe everywhere, you know, but
just like
Minnesota,
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
I would, you know, go maybe for a month-long tour with a group of artists, you know, that I'm pretty, you know, good buddies with, and we just make it work. And I mean, I've done a tour in the past. We went all the way out to Maine, and it was super fun.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
Was it kind of like a punk rock DJ tour, you know? You just drove a car to...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. It was
I did that too once.
with 4 of us, dude.
Oh, yeah.
A hip-hop group.
I did that with Megan Hamilton once. We drove to
That's
Montana
awesome.
back in the day.
Montana?
Montana, that's where she's from.
Cool. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So we did like 3 shows, I think. We did one in Fargo, I think we did 2 in Montana, but I can't remember where.
That's one state I've been to once when I was really little, so I don't have any recollection of it, but I do remember mountains.
It's very mountainous, and honestly, it reminds me of Minnesota. Like, there's a lot of corn, or a lot of grass that looks like corn. I don't know. Maybe it's not corn, but it looked like fields, you know?
Yeah.
Lots of fields.
Is it very flat, or is it very mountainous, or is it a good, like, 50-50, or?
It was mountainous.
Yeah, I like that.
Even the plains were, like, on a slant, you know? So it was, like, big open fields, but, like, going up there, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Cool. It was very beautiful. I definitely would like to go back, you know? We're still...
I'd be down.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're still
go
trying to
snowboard. Do you snowboard?
Yeah.
So what if we planned a trip in the winter where we all just went to snowboard at, what is it, Big Mountain in Montana?
Yeah,
something.
I can't remember.
Big Sky, Big Sky, Montana.
Big Sky. Yeah,
it's a really, really cool spot, you know, and we could go there, set up a show, and snowboard.
Oh,
that
dude.
could be part of payment, dude. I mean, there's so much stuff we
just comp us,
finagle, you know.
Yeah, comp us for some snowboarding. We'll come down and jam out.
We'll shred. We will go and we will make it a night to remember.
We will shred both in the club and in the powder.
Fresh powder in Montana.
You knew where I was going.
Yes.
That reminds me of snowboarding in Montana is, I think, like it's mountainous, so it's similar to Colorado.
Yeah, which I've never been.
We did a bunch of snowboarding in Colorado.
Oh, cool. Really so you guys went snowboarding
Yeah.
together. That's what's up. Yeah, B always talks about that.
It was fun. It was a really good time. I definitely liked all of the free weed. Not free weed, I'm sorry. Legal weed. My friend did give us free weed, but not that time. It was a different time. What'd you say, Bibs?
Minus James.
What?
As much as we love James.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, James, well, I mean, if he has money, he can come next time. It was a little stressful because he only had gas cards for, like, one gas station. But, like, they don't have those gas stations outside of, like, Minnesota. So it was like, all right, well, thanks, James, I guess. I guess once we see another Quick Trip again, you know, in like several days.
Yeah, we'll be sure to ask for James again.
Yeah.
Is James here?
Oh, no, James is around. I don't know. He's around. I don't know.
No, I mean, never. Of course he's around, right? But I'm saying at the next Quick Trip, just always be looking on the hunt. Be on the hunt for James.
Yeah. Well,
shout out James.
Shout out James and I think it was Quick Trip gas cards. Maybe it was Super America. Do you remember?
Super America.
Oh, Super America.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to James and his Super America cards.
Yeah.
Hey, he did help.
A lot.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
He pulled his weight when he could.
Made it different.
Yeah. Are you gonna put snowboarding as comp a lot on your tour, you think? You think you put that on your rider, like
honestly,
$100 off?
Thought about it, you know, and I was thinking last winter I didn't snowboard a whole lot, and this winter I'd really like to do that a lot, but I also want to maybe finesse like a set at some of these places, you know, like Troll. Yeah. I mean, you go to Troll, right?
Yeah.
At night, and they have that stage right above, right?
Oh,
like, how do you, like, what would it take? Just, like, a couple buddies throwing down, like, $50 each to get, like, 3 hours of stage time, and we could just throw the fuck down at Troll and then go snowboard? I don't know. That would be tight, dude.
I think that would be tight.
I'm just kind of thinking, like,
different
ways. I want to play shows in the most unique ways, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's one thing we want to do, too.
Yeah.
Like, take this LED wall to cool places.
Yeah.
Like, we keep telling our friends, like, look, this thing is fucking expensive. we lose money every time you don't give us money and we deploy it. But we also really like it. We're trying to learn.
Definitely.
So just give us what you can. We'll make it work. But in like a year, don't come crawling back. You'd be like, I only have $300. That's like, well, and you can't afford an LED wall.
Exactly. No.
But that's kind of the ethos, right? Like, we also want to just see it in cool places.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that thing is amazing, and I can't wait to, kind of. I mean, I'm gonna throw down.
Yeah.
And use it. Absolutely. I'm talking to my manager right now about it, and well, not right now, but it's on the list of things to talk to my manager about, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I have visuals. I mean,
See, that's
cool, Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good starting point. B had a buddy over that said it was too small. Yeah, it's too small, sure. But, we gotta start somewhere. We can't just buy an arena-sized... Can't just buy an arena-sized outdoor wall.
No.
I don't have that kind of money.
Where are you gonna store it? You wouldn't be able to put it in here, right? I mean, you might be able to put, a couple in, but at that point, you're just gonna, box yourself in with...
Oh, yeah.
With,
each one of those cases is, 8 panels. So, 100 panels.
Dude, those...
Couple cases, that'd be a trailer right there. Someday, we'll get there.
You guys will, and I'm here for it.
Hell yeah,
100%.
Well, like I said, we're negotiable. If you got a gig, let us know. We'll work it out.
Cool.
How is the management going? You recently got a manager, right?
Yeah. I got a manager at Played Again Entertainment.
Cool.
And they're basically just handling a lot of stuff with merch, sync licensing, a lot of paperwork, a lot of just making sure that I'm getting paid for the sets that I do and for the music that gets distributed to wherever it gets distributed to.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And his goal is to distribute that music too, and he's been yeah.
That's awesome.
It's fun, dude. It's cool, dude. To finally not have to think about doing that.
Yeah, I did all that shit a year ago. I hated it, but it was good to get it all over with. Yeah. Plus, Ghosteater is kind of unique. We're just a whole. We're just a whole thing. Yeah.
I really love I think everything about Ghosteater is awesome, dude.
I appreciate that.
The logo is so marketable. The mask is unique.
Top tier.
Yeah, top
Except
tier.
For the brakes, right now.
I've seen it though. I've seen video of this thing, and this is dope. But when I've seen video that B takes of you throwing down and your mask just going.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's amazing. Yeah.
We have a guy that runs it that does it for me.
Cool.
The first time I did it, no one knew what Ghosteater was. Yeah. And so I did it myself. I ran the mask and I DJ'd a traditional set. Cool. It was horrible.
How did you run the mask? Did you use a MIDI controller?
Yeah, I literally had this very ineffective, bad MIDI controller that was those. It's that Akai. Yeah. Those mini pianos.
Yeah, with a little bit of pads.
With a little bit of pads, yes.
And a little bit of knobs.
Yep.
How many knobs? 3 knobs. 8 knobs.
There's 8 knobs. Yeah. I think there's 8. I don't know.
I love those things, but they're so
It was so small.
Yeah, one of these guys.
Oh my god, yeah, here, let's
They're sick. Shout out Akai MIDI controllers.
This exact thing is what I use.
I recommend this to any beginner.
To do it. And there was 8 knobs. And man, I tell you, it was a nightmare. Yeah. I fucking hated it.
Yeah. I don't think I ever used one. I used Oh wait, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, I was just trying to explain how what you saw is like a guy doing that. His whole job is to run my face while I DJ, so I don't have to do it.
That's amazing.
It's great. I love Alex for it. Shout out to Alex.
Helps.
Oh my god.
Takes the load off you, so you just have to focus on your craft. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you design the mask, right?
Oh yeah, designed it, built
Yeah.
it. It's just a bunch of repurposed technology, basically.
That's cool.
Like-
I mean, I never would have thought of the thinking. You
I
know,
had the
or
idea
thunking.
like in 2012, but back then you couldn't really do it because like 3D printing was in its infancy, so it was really expensive, and then LED tech was still in its infancy. You know, like it's only been a couple years since like Daft Punk's like 2007 Alive thing. You know,
Yeah.
like there wasn't a lot of LEDs back then. They were still bigger and bulky and less efficient.
Right.
And you couldn't buy just shitloads of LED tape like you can now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it works. I mean, for the most part, I don't know. It's been really stable for a long time, and then, of course, today, it's like.
Hey, but I mean, think about it. Like my saxophone, I can't play my normal saxophone right now because it's broken. So, right now, I'm playing with my electronic, and that happens a lot. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that literally happens to me maybe twice a year because I play so much.
You play your regular saxophone, and then it like you wear out your reeds or something.
It's the pads that go bad really, really quickly.
Oh.
And I think it's because I play it either very aggressively or maybe a lot. I'm not really, maybe it could be both.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
played a lot though. And it's,
I suppose it's just it wears out the pad and doesn't make a seal.
yep. And then once that seal gets broken, then it starts going flat or sharp. And then eventually you can't even like play a normal scale without it squeaking.
Oh shit! Okay. I suppose because of how that works, is it like it opens holes, right,
Yep.
to make certain frequencies,
Exactly.
basically.
Exactly.
So if
and then
you
the
have-
reed is what creates the sound.
Oh,
So the reed
vibration?
vibrates
Oh.
through the mouthpiece as the air goes through, but it has to be airtight, which is why you have to you have to
Yeah,
hold it real tight, like
yeah.
it
See, I don't
airtight.
have,
Yeah.
I don't have lips, so like I can't really play those instruments. So it's very interesting to see how that works. Because I never really thought about that. It was like, I knew there was a reed, and do you have to make like almost like a buzzing sound almost? Like,
No, so
Or
you
is it like
basically it's like when you're singing from your diaphragm.
sure.
You know, you exude
Yeah.
a lot of air. You kind of exude it that way, but then you concentrate it through your embouchure. And embouchure is how you hold the mouthpiece with your mouth.
Oh, okay.
And that's the first thing that you actually have to learn in order to really start making noises out of a saxophone is how to have good embouchure. Because if you can't have a tight embouchure, if it's not tight enough, it's not going to make a noise. It's going to
Yeah.
squeak. It's going to be like... or,
Not a friendly noise. Not the one you're intending.
yeah, it's going to... Well, maybe you want it to sound like that. You know?
Well, yeah, kind of
Who
like
knows?
kind of like when guitarists like pinch harmonics. You're like, yeah, I'm fucking it up on purpose. I'm cool like that. Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah,
Yeah, we ball.
do.
Yeah.
Absolutely ball. We
fucking
absolutely
ball
ball,
down
dude.
here.
We do.
No,
That's all we do.
I did not know that, man, 25 years is a long time. Like, how old are you? You're only like 30, right?
31.
So, you were 6?
Yeah.
Man, what led you to that? Like,
A music class. And the band teacher actually played a song, and it was a song by John Coltrane.
oh, nice.
And I actually went home and told my parents that I really loved that sound. And so instead of waiting to sign me up for band class, they called my uncle, who had one laying around from when he was a kid.
Nice.
He came and dropped it off to me shortly afterwards and taught me how to play like a tune. And
Cool.
shout out my uncle for doing that. That was super tight because
Supportive uncles are the best. Shout out supportive uncles.
yeah,
That's awesome.
it was really, really dope. But then I started taking music lessons with a band teacher, just private music lessons, and it was
cool.
so cool. No, it was so cool because I really love the saxophone.
Yeah.
You
just found your calling, huh? And you're like, yeah, this is fucking it.
I didn't know what it was, but I knew what it, because I was so young,
Yeah, couldn't really put it into words back then, right?
How can you when you're just like fucking in I don't know what grade I was in.
Well, like 6 it's like first grade, isn't it? No. 5 is kindergarten, right? Right? So 6 is like first grade.
Yeah. I'm like something obscene. I don't know what it is. I don't remember.
And look at the places it brought you.
Yeah. Well, also, and that's the cool thing about it is I just kept on playing the instrument, and it has brought me to a lot of really, really amazing places, and I've made a lot of amazing connections. People I
love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. No, it's fucking. Yeah, I love it, dude.
You're getting emotional.
Yeah.
Me too, man. Me too. I mean, hey, that's what music is good for, right? Conveying emotion.
Yeah.
And that's what we use it for over here at Ghosteater. We recognize that.
Absolutely. I like that.
We try to embrace the dark and the good,
Yeah.
Like, we have like a warning at the beginning of like the Ghosteater experience shows, like, this is intense, but don't worry, it's supposed to be like this, and it's fine. That's kind of our ethos,
Yeah.
I like it. I can dig it.
I fuck with it. I mean,
what is your,
I like that.
So you got a manager and stuff now. Is your goal like to get more bookings? Like, what are you looking for right now? Like, what's your modus operandi?
Our focus is to get more bookings over time, and to make them I don't know, just like legit on paper, type of bookings. Not as much under the table shows. I mean, I'll still do underground show, like under the table show. I love playing shows, I'll always do it for anyone, and it's just like my favorite thing is to play saxophone and actually DJ and play saxophone, like I just love it.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So do you kind of do like a traditional mix and then saxophone on top of it, or do you also have like your own productions that maybe you leave the saxophone out in the live version? Like, how do you? Yeah,
that's exactly what I do. Is I make my beats and then make performance versions. I release my music as like kind of like jazz, trip hop type. I mean, tunes on like Spotify.
Yeah. And I use DistroKid myself.
DistroKid, yep. Same.
Did you?
No, actually, I think we went through we went through DistroKid this time. Or,
for sure.
Actually.
Maybe it was, CD Baby, I think is the other one.
There was a new one. I forgot what it was. It's Symphonic or something. I forget. But I think my manager tried a different one this time for the release of my most recent single. Which was Agua.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Firstly, we use Bandcamp and DistroKid. That's what, like, you can just download all my music if you want. Like, we actually have it for free. Dope. Like, you can either download it from my website, you can download it from Bandcamp.
Yeah, definitely.
Or you can buy it too. You can give me money for it if you want.
I'll try and throw you money for it, honestly. And then, like, if you don't mind me throwing down maybe a track, if I vibe with the track, can I throw it down and give you a shout out in a set?
Oh, yeah. My music is free for mixing anywhere.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
My last EP wasn't too mixable. It was like, that was a lot more just figuring out what I could do, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of getting my chops in order, you know, trying to figure out what I was capable of.
Definitely.
But some of it was hard to mix, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a little better about this time, a little more conscious.
About your mixing process?
Well, about making my music DJ friendly.
Yeah.
Or at least versions that are DJ friendly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my problem was I didn't have very good intros. There's like 2 songs that are okay.
Yeah.
But
I'd love to. I'm gonna take a listen to your discography and kind of listen to what you got going on, because that's something I want to focus on too.
Yeah, I would love it. I'd love hearing your opinion on it. I mean, it's definitely like I'm a little late. I've been meaning to write a new EP for like 6 months, but
oh yeah, that's okay.
I just keep on.
I mean, obviously you're a seasoned producer, so I mean,
I do try. I appreciate that. I'm still honestly getting used to being a serious producer.
Yeah.
You know, like I went through a bad patch earlier this year, especially with Ableton fucking me up. It really tanked my motivation and it ruined my mood for like a week. I was just
I can see why it would.
Yeah. Well, I made this cool EP and I was really proud of it, and it's been like a year now, and I've written like a dozen songs, but I barely finished any of them, and I hate them all.
Yeah.
So, it's just, it's
it'd be like that.
You know? It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah,
right?
no, for real, like that's like, I have made so many beats in this studio where I'm just like, this is not it, dude. You know? At the beginning, I'm just like, this is kind of tight, and then I listen back to it, I'm like, oh man, like this is not tight. But I mean, it'd be like that. Tight. Yeah.
That's like, I go through that too. Like, I'm really good at certain things. Like, I'm really good at melodies. I don't know, I'm really good at melodies and my sound structure. But I kind of go about it almost in a robotic way. Like, a long time ago, I decided I don't really care what the chord progression is. I just want it to sound good, right? And now I have used this mixed-in key, and it used to be you would pick different ones, you'd pick different chord progressions, and that's all I needed. I just needed something to get started.
Yep.
You know? And now it just like generates them randomly, which I like even better.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's all I need.
No, that's so sick. And then you can build around that.
Yeah, my whole EP was built that way.
Yep. No, that's amazing.
It's great.
I love doing that too.
Yeah.
Just building around a little. Yeah. Something that was pleasant to my ears, where I was just like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing, and loop that. And it's just like, that's your building block, right?
Dude, I'll show you. This is the simple way to do it, okay? I just have, I have that chord generator, so I pick 4 chords in a scale, right? I pick a scale. Generate 4 chords that are honestly random and they sound fine.
Yeah.
And then I just build my bass line by following the root note of that chord progression. And then, after I have that, I write the melody and I just play with the scale.
Yeah, and then you add the what is it? When you're using Serum and you're creating like a low end that has a wub, what is that?
The LFO?
The LFO. Yeah, you see that stuff I want to get very into.
Absolutely.
And that's stuff that I feel like, I mean, it could, like, I love producing, but I really want to like dive into like really creating some sound design, you know.
That's kind of my favorite part.
Yeah.
With my last EP, I didn't go as crazy as I wanted to sometimes, because I wasn't confident in my ability to pull it off. So I have a couple simple drops, you know, which are fine, but that was kind of the idea. It's like I should have some simple stuff in there. In this next EP, I want to try and be just as musical, but I want to like take like an AT Aliens approach, you know, like
Sick.
have weird fucking drops, you know,
dude, I
and
love
like
that.
unexpected shit. Like that's kind of what I want to do next time. I'm gonna get real
Cool.
fucking weird with it.
Yeah, you really should. I mean, that's so, and that's something, man. I've just been making some tunes lately where like, I don't consider myself like a great producer. I always consider myself just like I'm learning, you know?
That's kind of me too, though.
Yeah.
People keep telling me I'm great, and I'm like, look, man, I have 10 songs out. Like,
Yeah.
I got work to do. But thank you, right? Like, I don't want to be dismissive. I have a real hard time, like, taking compliments and stuff anyways, though,
Right.
you know?
Right, yeah, I would never, and I would never even, like, compared to, like, some of these people who are, like, finger drummers, like, that you see with these, like, NPCs where they're just, like
Fred again.
unbelievably amazing finger drumming producers and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I can't do that. But, I mean, what I like is just putting I don't know, I love putting a tune together and then playing saxophone over it, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that needs to be celebrated more. Live instruments and stuff, you know? There's no reason that we shouldn't incorporate it. You know what I mean? Like, we should definitely take that stuff and build off of it. You know? I use a lot of piano and stuff in my music for that same
sick.
reason. You know, I think, I try to at least. Lately, my piano starts as piano and then ends up as this crazy, distorted, reverb delay monster.
Cool.
But it, you know, the intent is there.
No, that's so cool though. Yeah, I think the art of live instrumentation is definitely something to push to keep alive. You know, to push to keep super duper fucking alive. And also push to keep the production side of things like even more alive than ever.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
and push all of this shit because I mean it's just like so fucking it's all connected because it's all art and there's you know, that's all this is.
Yeah.
It's like we're creating shit. You know?
Well, that's the entire Ghosteater project is just a big art project.
Yeah.
/ social experiment.
Get some finger paints.
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't really know where it's gonna go, where it's gonna end. But we're having fun. You know, whatever it happens, hey, we're having fucking fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get it.
It is.
So one thing I do like to do on these things before we run out of time, you know, I like to kind of tell my audience like how we get a hold of you. Like, say if we wanted to book you, say if we wanted to send you some shit.
Yeah.
Like, are you on Instagram? You on Facebook? What do you got for us? How do we find you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at Moonshie, and that's spelled O-O. I mean...
Wait, there's an M. Hold on. Try again. Take your time.
I'm overthinking things. You asked me to think.
Sorry.
Your mask, dude, that thing.
Yeah.
Just look up. The edible's kicking in.
It's a little unusual.
Oh, yeah, I know that thing is sick.
People say that it makes it almost a little easier to talk because, like, you don't really have to worry about making eye contact.
No, I was thinking that. I was just like, I can make the funniest faces right now. And
Me too.
he could be making the funniest faces at me.
Yeah, I'm trying. My face is literally broken at the moment. But it's okay. Sometimes it flashes.
That's pretty funny. That's tripped me out a couple times. I'm talking to you and I'm just like, am I glitching out?
Yeah,
you know?
Is reality broken right now?
How high of a milligram dosage of edible did I eat before this? I got home and ate just pretty high dose.
Oh, okay.
Right before this, yeah. It was
well, it's gotta
timing.
be kicking in now.
Yeah, no, this is brilliant.
Getting relaxed as we go along.
Yeah, I'm thinking of afterwards going to the Speedway next door and getting ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good, cap of the night.
I think it is. And then, like,
Celebrate your successful podcast.
I had such a good time.
Me too.
And I am down to come and talk anytime.
Well, we love to have you. We really do.
Yeah.
We
we could jam live too.
Oh, we should.
I got beats. I'll bring beats next time.
See, we gotta figure that out too, because we got the LED wall and stuff too. Like, we gotta try and bring that in there, but we've been such a little thin.
You guys should talk to Optimistic LMZ.
Oh, okay.
That's my buddy. He's super, super dope producer, hip hop artist, dubstep producer, DJ, jack of all trades.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I do want to say thanks again, Moonshie Sax. Again, if you wanted to hit up your Instagram, it's just Moonshie, right? MOONSHIE.
Yep. And then underscore.
Sax.
And then
S-A-X.
sax. Yep. SAX.
Nice. Well, we'll be in touch for sure. And hey, anyone out there, you see this, you need some saxophone or some heavy vocals,
Hit me
right?
up. Yep.
Yeah.
I like doing vocals too. So hit me up for any of that kind of stuff, or maybe beats too. You know, people like my beats. Sometimes they rap over them. So
Okay.
let me know.
All right, we will. All right, thanks again, Moonshie.
Cool.
We appreciate you, babes.
Yep. Appreciate.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you for listening to Ghosteater and Friends.